to eat. Find the toilet. Go straight to the don't lean on me.
Sometimes you don't see this stuff that comes No. I counted before it. You came and gave me the in the bag. Just got that one to the bag.
That's why I pulled it out.
Really? I did it the first time. That's why he was laughing. And then when you came.
The water source that runs down there, which is the same water source that comes from Megiddo, where we just came from, more or less. I want to live here. This is a very, very important road between Egypt and Mesopotamia, Iran, Iraq. I want to build my house next to this water source. They didn't have mineral water in those days. You had to get the water out of the ground. So they built his house over here, and he put his house where the hat is. Okay?
Oh, where the hat.
Where's the next hat?
She's going to fill that ahead.
So a few years, maybe hundreds years later, thousands of years later, somebody else came onto this to the neighborhood and said, yeah, I want to build my house over here. And they had a big scrap, and he broke down the old house and he built a new one. Where's the next hat?
Oh my God.
Along comes some years later another person, and they built the next level.
That's a good way
So
to
you
do
get
it.
the idea.
Yeah, that's good.
Level upon level upon level upon level of civilization. And as we said about Megiddo up the road, by the time King David came here, 1000 BC, he was already on the 22nd level of Megiddo.
Oh my God.
Now, where we are, Bet-shean was also a very, very strategically important spot, going from Damascus to Cairo, if you wish, right across the Jordan River that is right over there, through here. So the first inhabitants of this place were building just like a tell. Now, any archaeologist who knows his oats, whatever language he speaks, should know what a tell is, because a tell, the only place that you can find on the whole planet that has this hat reality would be this piece of land known as Israel today. Because no other piece of real estate has been fought over by more people for more thousands of years. And so many levels. Now the standard word for this mountain is what we call a tell, which is like an archaeological mound, if you wish. And so every archaeologist, wherever they are in the world, no matter what language they speak, would know what a tell is. You can take your hats now. You can grab whichever one you want. Thanks. So basically, over there, when my group we go down to the theater in a moment, we'll dissect the tell and relate to it in a moment. The tell is right through that here on the other side of the valley over there. And that was the original inhabitants of this area. When the Romans came onto the scene in the 1st century BC, more or less, and of course, who other than Herod the Great takes over charge of this area, he did not want the tell environment anymore. He wanted to build a Roman city, what the Romans needed. So that is when Bet-shean became a Roman city. And as any Roman city around the world, wherever they are, when in Rome, you live with the Roman. Even if you're not in Rome, you're living as the Romans do. So they built a Roman city here in the middle of nowhere. And what we're going to do is go and see some of the amenities. Bet-shean in its prime was around 80,000 people, so we are told. And round about in the 7th century AD now already, bank crash in giant earthquake, and Bet-shean was no more. So what we can see over here is some of the facilities. This mountain over here, this hill here, is the tell of Jericho. This ridge, this sort of river going down over here, starts way back over there At the same spring, but Gideon chose.
Said, I started telling you about
Yeah,
the
I
tel.
heard you.
You don't have a word like this in Hebrew, in English, it's like a mound. But when we say tel, and remember that because I'm going to go back to it when we say Tel Aviv. Okay, so where does that word come from? It's basically this, and as he pointed, that's what I said, the brave ones, we'll see if you wish to go up there. And up until the Roman time, people lived here. Security. You have water down below, but you live here. Only when the Romans are coming and they're strong, the Roman Empire was considered to be very strong. When we said Byzantine, this is basically the Roman Empire, but with the emphasis of Christianity becoming the official religion. That's when we refer to the Byzantine Empire. So they're very strong. That's when they allow themselves to sort of slope down and start building everything here. We are going to drive towards the restaurant and pass by the, not from here and on, what is called the region, the spring region. That's what it's called, yeah. So that's when we speak about Gideon. But what I wanted to say is that where we stopped for the soldiers, for the security guards to go, and we were driving, coming to Bet-shean. Bet-shean is actually the end of the Jezreel Valley. And the Jezreel Valley is, and we're going to pass by the Mediterranean on Sunday when we go to Caesarea and passing on the slope of Mount Carmel, and that's where the Jezreel Valley starts. So it starts very wide from the west and it goes a bit smaller. When we talk about Armageddon, it's actually part of the Jezreel Valley. Okay? We see, and remember in Jerusalem we spoke about the Cardo and the Commandments, Main Street? So we see this would be
Main Street.
this would be the Decomanus, because over there, okay, over there is east, behind is west. So the main street, and we'll see it, have to be about here. Okay, that should be sort of like showing us the tetrapylon. Okay, tetra is 4. When we go there, you'll see. Now, the other tour guide was mentioning hippodrome. And I was, remember I said hippodrome? But look here, this is a hippodrome, you see? It has it's an oval shape, and then you have places here for, and you usually have to have this column here where the horses, the chariots, are making their round. This is an amphitheater, that's what we just saw. So everything here that we assume is probably underground.
Oh, wow.
You don't see most, this is what we see. So this is the theater right behind you. I usually like to go to the left through the bathhouse and then end up at the theater. And we're going to see the bathhouse. Now remember yesterday, and those who missed the bathhouse in Masada, will see here something that is at least 5 times bigger. So you're going to get the explanation about it. Yeah, it's a town going all the way. We'll see the area that is not excavated, and when we remember in Qumran I said we don't find latrine, but we'll see some here, and then we'll come back to for the theater. We'll see a pagan area, and the same, almost the same structure we'll see in Megiddo. So you can see the layers, even though here it's not too many layers, as Megiddo has almost 25 layers of history. Okay, so we're a bit clear about what we have here? All right. Yesterday in Masada, we said the name was bathhouse, but eventually we explained that it's actually a sauna. Here we can really see a bathhouse. We'll get to the sauna, but the bathhouse, look here. This is a courtyard, okay? Because the bathhouse is not just for bathing. It's actually not only for men. Women, you don't find women here. And it's not This is a pool. After you're too hot, come here, you relax, get yourself in water. There's water spark, you will see it. Okay, so this is a real bathhouse. You have a whole area, so the colonnaded area. By the way, we'll see some also.
Parece que esto es una rápida realidad, no.
They're all ridge. Yeah, they're all ridge. I guess the water must have.
I had a nice relaxing day yesterday. What did you do? So I told each of them and I said I'm going to be downstairs with you and it turned out nice that Therese came down. She was feeling better. And she was talking about what she went through. And then Doreen came down.
Boston University, Chicago University.
Thank God the shops don't operate now, otherwise I would lose you. But this is it. And this is what they do on the nights of Bet-shean in the summer to allow people to visit because it's really impossible to be. When it's 40 Celsius here, you can't walk in the sun. So at night they do it and then they place people and you get food and little things. So you can actually feel the whole atmosphere. Okay. So we'll continue up. One of the things, interesting things that was found here was the statue of Therese.
Put the ball next to the side, which actually, and then you just snap the ball off and then it rolls down. Oh my God, they love their kids. I don't love to do that.
Take one with me and come.
Check,